No, this is not a late Christmas special. I totally planned to have this come out in January of 2026. Anyways, while 2014 and 2015 were the years Five Nights at Freddy's took over the horror genre, another game lurked in the horizon. Another creation that took the internet by storm and joined the genre later deemed as Mascot Horror. A game full of nostalgia and holiday spirit. And that game is TattleTail. Hello, Happy New Year's to you all, and welcome to my first video of 2026. Every year around the winter season, I always love to replay my favorite holiday classics. Like Among the Sleep, something I'm also realizing needs to be talked about later. Seriously, how have I not talked about this yet? And TattleTail. And this year, around the holiday season, it's been made clear I'm far from the only one who still remembers this game, with thousands of people on sites like YouTube and TikTok posting fan arts and animations revolving around the game. While TattleTail was rather popular at the time it came out, it never truly upheld its popularity like its OG Mascot Horror brethren, with many people forgetting about it altogether until this recent resurgence. I intend to talk about it for nostalgia, and so I have something to post as a holiday special while I procrastinate on animations. I swear I will finish my work in progresses eventually, I've just been really busy with ode art. So let's get into what TattleTail is and why it's so important. TattleTail was a game made by Gather Electronics and released in December of 2016. A Christmas-themed horror game that takes place in 1998 where you play as a young child wanting to take a peek at your presents early. So, 5 days before Christmas, you creep out of bed in the middle of the night and scour the house searching for where your parents could have possibly hid your presents. And you eventually find them, or should I say it, as you only open one present. And once you tear through the wrapping, you're met with a brand new purple TattleTail. TattleTails are essentially just a way more annoying Furby. A fuzzy little toy that talks to you, but has a catch. It requires to be constantly fed real food, brushed and charged like some greedy freeloader you can't get rid of because for whatever reason your parents thought you genuinely want this evil monstrosity. If you aren't constantly tending to its every desire, it begins loudly screaming to be fed, brushed, or charged. Yes, even when it's supposedly low battery, it is still screaming at you.
Give me a treat! Give me a treat! Give me a treat! Give me a treat! Give me a treat!
Also, a side note, this is probably going to be the most actual gameplay shown as I did not record my full replay, and I'm too lazy to go back and do all that again. So just enjoy the speed paint. Doesn't this sound like the perfect toy to spend your hard-earned money on for your kids? A way to finally get back at them for the first few years they spent on Earth? Anyways, once you open your toy, you, of course, begin taking care of it. After all, your parents may notice that the toy is screaming for food in the box or is suddenly out of battery. The first night just consists of you feeding it, brushing it, and finally charging it before putting it back. Like a tutorial night that lets you settle in before things get harder. Or so it seems, at least. As once you wrap your present back up and begin to head back upstairs, you're greeted with the phone ringing, along with a mysterious message on the screen telling you not to answer. And seriously, what type of asshole tries calling someone in the middle of the night? You're too tired for this shit, so let's just ignore it and go to bed. It can't possibly be important. Just ignore the front door being open too. That's not important either, I swear. Just tuck yourself in and let yourself fall asleep for the night. When you awake on the second night, 4 days before Christmas, you're met with this muffled, repetitive thudding sound. And when you follow it into the basement, you're met with your TattleTail friend trapped in a washer. Immediately after being freed, the little sadist actually demands you break one of your parents' vases just for the hell of it. Once you give in to his demands, which, seriously, did your parents never teach you that you don't give in to terrorists? The lights go out, but luckily there's a conveniently placed flashlight you can pick up. In the darkness, though, you can see glowing red eyes watching you before the lights go back on. TattleTail refers to your new stalker as Mama once you finally put him away for the night.
TattleTail go home. Mama's scary.
Leaving more questions than answers as to what the hell has entered your home. As you go upstairs to go back to bed, there's loud knocking at the front door. Your parents were at least smart enough to teach you not to answer the door for strangers, so you tuck yourself back into bed once more as things only grow weirder. The third night, 3 days away from Christmas, is the first time where things become truly dangerous. You wake up to this awful grinding noise, which you may also recognize if you were dumb enough to pick up the phone on the first night, as it's the same noise played back then. When you follow the noise, it leads into the basement once more, with a trail of Easter eggs leading into another room. These eggs are also all over the game's map every night, and you have to collect all of them to get the good ending of the game. When you follow the trail, you see a much larger brown TattleTail sitting in the back of the room. This is Mama TattleTail. There's also a cassette tape next to her, which you're told to put inside the built-in tape player on her body. When you put in the tape, Mama tells a story about the baby TattleTails getting out of bed and hiding from her, explaining how she finds them every single time thanks to her excellent hearing.
The children thought that Mama would never find them as long as she couldn't see them. Turn the page. But Mama could still hear the children. The pitter-patter of their little feet led Mama right to them. Turn the page. Then Mama found the children, every last one, and put them right back to bed.
Basically, the game's way of telling you that Mama will catch you if you're too loud. After the tape is done playing, you go upstairs and find the tiny bastard, your present, in the living room, having made a giant mess everywhere despite his lack of arms. Once you pick him up, he immediately asks to go to Mama, and you know what? It's the perfect time to go snitch, okay? Look at what your child's doing. Much to everyone's dismay, Mama is no longer there, which means she cannot discipline her monster of a child who I'm beginning to believe is the true antagonist of this story. And now you've officially entered the part of the game where you can actually die. From now on, the lights will occasionally flicker off, and during those times, Mama will be listening for you, ready to kill you if you make too much noise. The lights flicker off as the night draws near its end, Mama listening and watching as you go back upstairs, clean up TattleTail's mess, and finally go back to bed. On the fourth night, 2 days away from Christmas, you face the most difficult night yet. You find TattleTail in the garage, and dear God, there's another one now. Anyways, TattleTail wants you to play hide and seek with them, so you pick him up while the yellow one hides. You have to play 3 rounds, and in between each round, the light will go out and you have to survive Mama for a bit. On the final round, when you find the yellow one for the last time, there's a tape you can pick up and play in your bedroom's TV, showing you a more messed up version of the TattleTail trailer, with glimpses of Mama killing the employees.
TattleTail, that's me!
Mama's coming.
Playtime for Eve!
Ignoring that for now, I promise I'll touch on the important lore stuff soon. We make it to the 5th night, Christmas Eve. This time, instead of you going to TattleTail, he's in your bedroom next to a flashlight yelling "wake up" over and over again because he needs your help to set up a party.
Wake up, wake up, wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! You're up! We're having a party for Mama.
Perfect way to wake up. I swear I hate these fucking TattleTails. I get they're cute, but they're so annoying. Once you go down to the basement again, you're greeted with a third TattleTail, this time a cyan one, who's sitting besides the yellow one from the previous night. Once you put your TattleTail on the charger, you're tasked with finding others, because apparently there are 2 more yet to join this family reunion. So you go around the house searching for them and surviving Mama, who's always lurking in the shadows. Once all 5 are downstairs in the basement, you're told to fetch some cupcakes, Christmas lights, and candles, because you're just their delivery man now, I guess. They can make a giant mess in the living room, but they can't gather their own supplies. Once you come back with the candles, you'll find a pentagram drawn on the floor with the Christmas lights, with the 4 TattleTails standing on it chanting "No more Mama" over and over again.
Ow! Me love playtime with you. Light the candle.
The cupcakes are being used as candle holders for some reason, with you putting the candles right on top before TattleTail tells you to light all of them one by one so they can complete their ritual. These are the good guys, by the way. Once all 5 TattleTails are in place, you light all the candles and rewind the tape in the center, the ritual truly beginning. Your only task is to survive. Mama, obviously not happy with her own children attempting to banish her, steals the candles. She hides the candles inside vases, which make a loud noise when you break them. So this is actually one of the hardest parts of this night, or at least the part I usually struggle with the most. Once you've collected all 5 candles and light them again, the ritual can start back up, and the tape begins to ascend into the air, with you having to destroy it to finally destroy Mama. Once the tape breaks, the whole ritual setup disappears and all the TattleTails are in the same spot, only now wrapped up in their boxes. So you go back to bed and awake on Christmas Day, running into the living room to open your presents. If you've collected all the eggs throughout the game, you'll open the box and see TattleTail, with the game ending happily after you wake up your mother.
Presents for you. Thank you.
However, if you fail to collect the eggs, it will be Mama in the box and she'll kill you instantly as the credits begin to roll. Another fun fact about this game is that it actually got a full-blown free DLC back in 2017 called the Kaleidoscope. However, I'm already rushing to finish this script as it is, so I'll have to talk about it in the part 2 I have planned for the 10-year anniversary. Now that I've summarized the gameplay, I'll explain the lore real quick. So, Mama was intended to be sort of storyteller toys, sold alongside the other TattleTails. That much is obvious. However, she was recalled rather early on due to having a murderous tendency. She's an extremely protective mother willing to do anything to keep her kids safe, and she won't hesitate to kill anything that gets in her way. She was actually created and released before TattleTail, being banned years before the actual game takes place. There's no papa in sight either, similar to the player's own home life where you only have a mother with no father. The door on your parents' room is only labeled Mom's Room, and on Christmas Day the instructions say to wake up your mom. You're also implied to have a sibling based off of the photo in your bedroom. And given there's no second bedroom in your house besides your mother's room, they likely live with your father. Considering this, alongside the fact that if you knock on your mom's door while Mama is out, the door will open and Mama will be inside, immediately jump scaring you, Many believe there is supposed to be a connection between the TattleTail's family dynamic and your own. A lot of the answers as to what's going on are mostly up to speculation, as the game itself doesn't give a lot of answers. So why is this random indie horror game from 9 years ago so important, you may ask? That's because it helped shape the Mascot Horror genre as we know it. Back in 2016 when it came out, there were very few games like it. Mascot Horror wasn't really a thing. Hell, FNAF had only just come out like 2 years prior, and Bendy and the Ink Machine didn't come out until 2017. As the second successful game to enter that niche, it obviously helped shape it. It showed that there is a formula to be followed, that FNAF didn't just strike lucky, that there is an actual niche to be filled, even if many of the games that came after it were slop or obvious crash grabs. It still did so much for the genre, with its interesting premise, recognizable characters, beautiful sound design, and plenty of hidden secrets. TattleTail became one of the founders of Mascot Horror. It's a wonderful nostalgia rush that never gets old, the classic that's still relevant even 9 years later. And for that, it will always hold a place in my heart. Thank you so much to anyone who watched this all the way through. I appreciate every single one of you. Please check out my 16+ art server linked in the description. We're actually about to lose the server tag if I don't get one more boost within 5 days. Also, I got some more absolutely beautiful fan art. Seriously, thank all of you so much. I love every single piece of fan art I get. Please check out these artists and give them all the love they deserve. Thank you, and I hope all of you are having a wonderful new year.